Am I the asshole for saying no when my friend wanted to use my gym membership because she cancelled hers? I have been going to my gym consistently for about 2 years. I love it there, and I pay for a premium membership that gives me access to all classes, equipment, and even some personal training sessions. It's not cheap, but I genuinely enjoy it and it's part of my routine. A few weeks ago, my friend told me she had cancelled her gym membership to save money. She explained that she couldn't afford the monthly fee anymore but still wanted to stay active. A couple of days later, she asked if she could borrow my gym membership occasionally so she could come with me and use the classes. I turned her down because my membership is non-transferable, and sharing it could violate gym rules. I'm not okay to shoulder the cost while she got the benefit for free. I couldn't let her use my membership. I explained that it's against the gym's rules and that I also want to be responsible for my own payments and access. She doesn't seem fine with it and pointed a finger on me and said, "You're not a real friend." I tried to stay calm and didn't do anything. I can't risk losing my membership. I don't think I'm wrong, at the same time I'm paying for my membership and just following the rules. So am I the asshole for saying no when my friend wanted to use my gym membership? Not the asshole. Of course, she can run around the block which is free. Or do YouTube workouts. If she can't afford the gym she doesn't get to go to the gym. Not the asshole. She wanted you to break the rules. A real friend would respect that you don't want to jeopardize a gym membership you spend a lot of money on instead of using you while maintaining a money-saving measure. She doesn't want to treat you as a friend, she wants to treat you as a resource. Not the asshole, it's your membership that you are paying for. That alone makes you not the asshole. Add in that it's non-transferable and therefore against the rules and could cost you your membership. Definitely not the asshole. If you don't get guest passes, how is she supposed to use your membership if she accompanies you? Are you supposed to smuggle her in your gym bag? Story makes no sense. Not the asshole. A real friend would back down once they're told, no. Not the asshole, you obviously love this gym and don't want to risk losing your membership for her. She could do home workouts and save up for her own equipment if she wants to. Am I the asshole for not doing my part after everyone didn't do theirs? Pretty short and sweet. Went out with a group from work. The plan was to go to the beach park and there was a few activities planned such as volleyball, fishing and cornhole. Everyone agreed to have parts in the setup, clean up, etc. Everyone started drinking as soon as we got there. The guy who was supposed to set up cornhole didn't do it, so I did. People started playing. I asked who was supposed to set up volleyball. Got no answer. I went ahead and set it up. Very irritated at this point, I got out the chairs and poles at the fishing spot. Everyone was enjoying the activities, but the only job that was mine was grilling in the evening for everyone to eat. When it came time, I started a very small pile of charcoal and made myself 2 burgers. I ate and sat in my chair reading when everyone started coming up to the pavilion expecting to eat. I told them all the stuff is over there and pointed to the coolers and stuff. Everyone was complaining, saying I was assigned to cook for everyone, and I said I did everyone else's job because they weren't, and everyone said that was my choice and should still do mine. I told them someone else can step up. Long story short, no one grilled. I also refused to clean anything and so did everyone else. So the office got a call saying they were banned from the park. So am I the asshole? Esh, how old are you and your coworkers, because you sound like a bunch of kids. It's so rude to leave a mess in a public park. You just make it worse for the next group that wants to use the space. You all deserve to be banned. Honestly, I would have left once no one else was doing anything rather than staying. You should have cleaned the barbecue after yourself though, because that was your personal mess. Sorry bro, Esh, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I feel for you, I really do. For most of my life I would have been in your position, but you can't use other people's bad behavior to excuse your own. Not the asshole, but you made a mistake by taking charge of their jobs. You didn't get any recognition but got blamed for not doing the task assigned to you. Not the asshole for not necessarily cooking. You are the asshole for your entire office. How dare you leave a park mess? How absolutely positively rude of all of you to leave that park a mess. You should have just walked away when nobody was doing their jobs. Now everybody has spoiled it for everybody. Time to grow up. If you wanted clean conscience, you shouldn't have done anything except what you were supposed to. That being said, I don't think you're an asshole for standing up for yourself, but do yourself a favor and find yourself some better friends at work or outside, or if they keep this up, at least NKW, you know it's free for all. You're cool, dude. Am I the asshole for asking my husband what makes him so special compared to my cousin? My husband never had an issue with my cousin, Alex, until he started dating his younger sister, Lily. We've known about them dating for less than 2 months, and my husband went from being friendly with him to treating him like complete shit the minute he found out. It's pretty obvious that both my husband and his family think Alex isn't good enough for Lily, and maybe I'm sensitive because my own older brother acted like I wasn't good enough for my husband. They're best friends. But it makes me so angry that they won't even give Alex a chance. Yesterday I was watching a movie with Alex while my husband was out with his friends. He came home early and a few of his friends, including my brother, came back with him. As soon as he saw Alex he asked me why he was here and implied he should get out. Alex doesn't want to cause issues for me so he just laughs my husband's rudeness off but he quickly left. I didn't want him to go so I was really upset and angry with my husband. Usually, I wouldn't argue with him in front of others but I couldn't hold it in and I asked him why he did that. He was acting like he didn't do anything and my brother was siding with him so I just snapped and asked my husband what makes him so special that it's okay for him to be in a relationship with me but it's not okay for my cousin to date Lily. He didn't actually respond but I could see he was angry at me for comparing them but my brother kept defending him and saying it was completely different. I know it was childish but I'm so sick of my brother always holding my husband on a pedestal even against family so I told him to get out of my house. This morning my husband told me not to compare him to Alex again but now he's acting like we never had a fight even though he was still angry in the morning. Am I the asshole? Ask your husband if there is something he knows about your cousin that he's not telling you for some reason. Sounds like y'all need a bigger social circle so you can quit dating each other's family. Is there nothing about Alex you haven't mentioned that would make your husband not want to be compared to him? Nothing at all? The story as it reads makes your husband and brother seem like assholes but they are also acting exactly like how me and my brothers would act if we found out our sister was dating someone who was reformed from bad behaviors or had other complications. Info. Yeah, IDK. It feels like they might have reasons for acting this way that you either don't know about or aren't sharing. The "don't ever compare me to him again" thing is an extremely strong stance if he just doesn't think your cousin is good enough for his sister rather than having specific grievances he can't get over. What has your cousin done? Not the asshole. Your husband and your brother are bullies. The men in your family are messy bullies. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for getting puppies even though my family said not to? I'm 30 and recently made one of the worst decisions of my life. I've lived alone a large chunk of my life and when I was 29, feeling the best I've ever felt mentally and spiritually, I suggested to my mom that we, 280 plus grandparents, mom and myself, move in together, so I can help take care of them and hoping this would heal our family because we are beyond dysfunctional. I made it very clear that I wasn't going to be living by anyone's rules, because I'm a grown-ass woman and that this was simply to help them out and be a positive presence. Almost immediately, things turned into a their house their rules situation and I've been treated like a teen with no decision-making power since. In December 2024, I adopted a puppy because I was extremely depressed and was miserable in the living situation. Not even a month later, my family managed to guilt-trip me into giving my puppy away and I was crushed. That sent me into a huge depressive tailspin and the dysfunction has been the worst it's ever been. The house is filled with gloom and despair, like they're just waiting to pass. They never want to go outside or do anything fun. My mom tells me constantly that when they're gone, she's moving out with her boyfriend. I volunteer with a pet rescue, adoption agency and went to an event yesterday and cuddled with some adorable 2 Malio-old puppies. I obviously fell in love and messaged my mom that I would be fostering 2 of them, since the rescue needs help and I'm currently between jobs. It turned into a huge fight and I told them if they want to kick me out, they're more than welcome to, even though this whole house was my idea. I haven't even got the puppies yet but now I'm just going to adopt instead of foster. Am I the asshole for wanting to bring puppies into my home, for me, and not considering how my family feels about it? Note. There are 2 houses on the property. I do not live in the same house as them. My family is beyond dysfunctional, so we decided to live together to heal. That's not how that works. Focus on getting your own place. You are the asshole. Correct me if I am wrong, but what I read here is, I have no job and no money, so I moved in with my mom and grandparents. One time they made me give away a puppy. I then decided, without consulting them, that I would get 2 puppies. You are the asshole. Don't get a dog when you're in between jobs and not living in a stable situation. Edited because you needed everyone's permission to bring in a pet. You are the asshole for having completely messed up priorities. You can't provide for a dog, much less 2. I'll echo the bad idea of getting litter mates. You don't have a job. As much as you think having one might help your moods and support you getting a job, too risky. Start acting like a grown-ass woman, and get your shit together. Get a therapist to deal with the dysfunction, get a job, and move. Be successfully independent for a year then look at getting a pet. You are the asshole to yourself for staying and trying to bring puppies into an already stressful situation. You moved into this situation to help your grandparents and hopefully fixing a dysfunctional family. You cannot fix anyone except yourself. It was naive to think this would work. You tried, but do not beat yourself up for it. You have no obligation to stay there. Everyone is an adult who can and will make their own decisions. Move out and move on. Good luck to you. First of all, you have no business fostering animals without a job. Even though they're fosters, they still cost money to house them. The rescue doesn't provide everything you need. I know your heart is in the right place, but just know. Second, you knew it was going to be a dysfunctional environment, but you chose to do so anyway. Again, heart is in the right place. Seriously, though. As for everyone else being in AH, that's pretty obvious, and it doesn't need to be explained why.